Hello Aquarius, welcome to my channel MANNA. My name is Adalina Bonn. Happy Wednesday Aqua. I do hope you guys are having a really lovely week so far. Just to let you know really quickly, as some of you know, I've kind of been struggling with a bit of an up and down head cold for the last couple of weeks, and I just haven't been able to fully shake it. It's kind of head cold season in the UK at the moment, so my energy's not 100%. I'm not feeling that well, unfortunately. Hopefully by next week it's fully cleared up, but just to let you know that in advance, it's not. It's going to be quite a chilled out message with you guys today, okay? You can already tell anyway. So look, I'm not going to go through my normal spiel. Most of you know the drill. It's not tarot, it's not date specific, and you can swap around the placement of the characters, Aqua, in the story, depending on your situation. All right. So cross what you're dealing with an Aquarius. I might actually be speaking to you directly, not so much to the Aquarius. So let's begin. Let's just get an animal medicine card for the gorgeous Aquarius. That one. It's definitely that one. Lizard. Okay, I'm going to get one more. You're keeping me on my toes. I'm going to get two more because I think this is going to be tricky. All right, spider and hyena. I actually want to say that this is you. Okay, so we begin. The channeling commences. Aquarius, I do want to say that this is you, my friend. Highly strategic, all right, and you're dealing with a lizard person, partner, or group that is equally strategic. Okay, we're essentially looking at I don't want to say a standoff. I don't want to say a standoff just yet. But there's a lot of agendas, unspoken agendas happening here beneath the surface between you and a significant other. All right, so I'm just going to come to you for a second. On the surface, Aquarius, the hyena, I actually like this card, and I actually have a soft spot for hyenas in real life because they often remind me of the hyenas in the Lion King movie. You know, the laughing, just the cackling laughing. Okay, I'm wondering if here, Aquarius, on the outside, you might be presenting here as a bit of a joker, which is, I actually think that that's the right approach in this situation. I'm saying outside surface appearance here because I am being drawn to the moon in the background. The moon, especially the moon card in the tarot, is all about projections, illusions, all right, and projecting a certain image or having something portrayed in a light that is not very clear. All right, so in the vein, in the light of all that moon kind of essence, I do have a sense here that you're not fully, you're not revealing, you are absolutely not revealing the fact here that behind this essence of Joker, which truly I think you're coming across as quite a raconteur, Aqua, very, very charming. You know, I'm just seeing you walking into a boardroom, dressed to the nines, being very, very confident, you know, certainly coming across that way, you know, with your partner or with your family or within the workplace. But I'm just hearing the phrase here, faking it till you make it, a little bit, because behind all of that jest, behind your big smile, behind your charm, I've just got a sense here you're being really calculated and hypervigilant with this spider energy, that actually behind it, Aqua, this is no laughing matter. I'm now hearing the phrase behind enemy lines, and I now almost want to describe you as I'm getting Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. You're almost coming across like a spy, Aquarius, behind enemy lines, right? This is quite, all jokes aside, I'm actually connecting with a story here that's quite serious, like you're inside a family situation, a social situation, a work, a political environment. Reputations might be at stake here. And so, yeah, Aqua, you're just coming across as hyper vigilant, you know, keeping 3 eyes open and 5 ears open to, you know, really, really being sensitive to what's going on in the relationship, the environment of the relationship, or the environment of the situation, however it applies. You're really picking up on what's not being said, Okay, the slightest tremors in your web, the slightest tremors in your psychic web, you're picking up. Okay, and I'm saying in the realm of what's not being said because of this moon energy. You are paying attention, all right, to what your partner is saying, but you're paying even more attention to what they're not saying, and it's very interesting because we got a little bit of a bleed through of the energy that we had with you guys last week, really paying attention to what's not being said, right? But last week was quite jesty and funny and jokey. This week we're not joking around, even though on the surface, paradoxically, with your hyena energy, a big fake smile, right? But I do think that that's, weirdly, I do think that this is the right approach, Aqua. I think you're exercising wisdom and caution in just adopting this stance of keeping things amicable because there seems to be danger, don't freak out, danger and or tensions or frictions in this relationship that could cause danger, certainly danger to your emotions. All right, I'm not, please don't freak out, everybody. Aquarius, I'm not saying that you are physically in danger. You know, you might be in a bit of a dodgy situation right now. Okay, though, for some of you, you just look, in a nutshell, this is a combination of keeping your wits about you, which I think is very wise, and you're playing it quite savvy on the surface. All right, like I said, a bit of a raconteur, a charmer, a joker, but it's like eyes wide shut for the Aquarius, but you know, behind the scenes you're watching every nuance of body language, hypervigilant Aquarius. Now what's interesting, if that's you, I'm fascinated. This feels like a Cluedo mystery. Okay, as we pull this out a bit further, I now want to come over to the lizard, which is the personal group that you're dealing with, and this is quite reptilian, clearly. It's reptilian analysis. It's also an acutely almost AI calculated study of body language. Okay, so in many ways, actually, you're both studying each other. You're dealing with a partner. All right, I almost want to say again, it's all the spy imagery with you, spy metaphor. I'm now being prompted to mention the movie Mr. and Mrs. Smith with Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, right? Basically two spies pretending to be husband and wife, and it's all the moon, pretending, delusion, illusion. There's a lot of pretense happening here between the two of you. I don't know what's going on. You're both suspicious of each other. You're both studying each other fastidiously to like every nuance of an eyebrow raise, you know, and I've got to be honest, there's a little bit of a paranoia vibe here going on, okay? It's very hard to tell, you know, what exactly is the truth here because of this energy of the moon, all right? But I do want to say, Aquarius, just as we finish off this intro with the animal totems, I do want to say that you've got the upper hand here because of this hyena charm. All right, so bear with me. Whoever this is for you, your partner, your family members, your boss at work, whoever that is, they are quite robotic and they glitch easily. They don't have any finesse. AI, right? Artificial intelligence. It's by the book. They speak corp speak. They speak by the manual, which means they're not very good actually. They're not very good at being a spy because they don't have any finesse, they don't have any flair. And it's actually their calculated, robotic, blunt nature that is susceptible to glitching. It's susceptible to tripping over itself. I'm now getting two black cats coming across in the matrix here, Aqua. All right, they're not as mature or as gifted or as charming or as talented or as much of a natural as you are at this whole pretense game. Okay, so I do hope that lands for some of you. You're in many ways you're dealing with someone quite crude. They're or maybe just outrightly socially awkward. There's a real element here, like you're going to catch them out before they catch you out, if that makes any sense at all. All right, because coming over to your energy, Aquarius, you're actually coming across as quite sexy with this hyena. Like you're just dripping with, basically you've everyone involved in this situation, or you know, whoever is involved or watching this relationship or situation with you, you have everyone convinced. You've got everyone in the room convinced that you're this cool, chilled out, you know, having fun hyena. No one at all suspects what is really calculating for you, and how hyper vigilant and alert and maybe, you know, cautiously aware of danger. No one's got any idea that that's your internal state. Okay, so you're a bit of it. I literally do want to say that you're coming across as quite a genius, Aquarius, the wayward genius this week, clearly. All right. So in an absolute nutshell, Aqua, in an absolute nutshell summation, your lizard partner is completely underestimating you. Okay, so coming over to the normal cast and crew, fascinating. I'm getting like MI6, Bentleys driving past with tinted windows. Like, gosh. Yeah, Mike the Myomancer, a fastidious study of the detail. And agreements and legalities and contracts. Okay, so here we go. Mike the Myomancer, that he literally resides over the house of births, deaths, marriages, court judgments, legal cases, contracts, agreements, whether that's paper agreements or verbal agreements or non-verbal agreements between two lovers. All right, and I do want to say that Mike the Myomancer here, Aquarius, is on your side. You know, Mike is batting your corner here, because you're very much coming across with his energy, Aquarius, of basically, do you mind just running past paragraph 3, line 5 again? Is what you're saying to your lizard. I think they're going to start to scramble any second here, because you're dealing with you're definitely, this is so cryptic, Aqua. But you're, we've now got the friends card here, and I'm almost wanting to say frenemy, which, if you're connecting with this message, won't be a surprise to you. Which is why you still seem to be keeping up Desperate Housewives style here. You still seem to be keeping up with the Joneses with a smile, but you have absolutely gone into red alert here, Aquarius, and I think quite rightly so. At maybe the realization that this friend is actually a foe, or this ally at work that you thought had your back has actually been the cause of the backstabbing the entire time. It's got this whole energy, all right? We've got here the indecision card, Aquarius, and this is you. I think because you guys are so logical, intellectual, cerebral, you're not irrational in that sense. You are the oldest air sign. You're the most mature air sign, not to patronize the Geminis, the air babies of the zodiac, but Aquarius is the most sort of, well, refined in that regard. I don't want to offend the Libras and the Gems, but, you know, I think you get what I'm trying to say. So you are not the type, this is the Libra card, by the way, you are not the types to make rash, hasty decisions. You're very sophisticated, you're very refined, and Aqua, certainly every Aquarius I've ever met, you're egalitarian, right? You're fair, you're equal, and so you do try to give, intellectually, you try to give everyone an equal amount of time on the floor to argue their case, and you do like to give people the benefit of the doubt. Okay. I love you guys. I love you, Aqua. You're a breath of fresh air, mate. So coming back to this person frenemy that you're suspicious of, and I think rightly so, I think with this indie card, you've really been umming and ahhing. Okay, am I just being a bit paranoid? You know, am I being a bit paranoid? Or should I just give this a little bit more time and then, you know, but essentially one of the meanings of the indie card Aquarius is crunch time. It is it is crunch time. When Indy appears in a reading, it's basically saying, Aqua, no more dilly-dallying here. It's crunch time. You also need to act on your hunch. And the hunch, I personally feel, if you've got a hunch that you're being lied to or betrayed, I am getting the word betrayal off this frenemy, whoever or whatever that is. If you've got a hunch that that's going on, I think in this particular reading, if this is for you, it's a very specific message. I think that your hunch is correct. I think the hunch is correct. Okay? Because I'm saying that with confidence, because you've had Mike the Myomancer coming up on your side of the reading, and Mike is the most grounded, practical, rational energy. He's the judge. He's the judge in the court case. You wouldn't be getting the Mike card on your side of the reading if you weren't in a strong position, which is why I'm confidently saying for the Aquarius that's connecting with this message, I think your hunch, I can't believe that's already on time, I think your hunch is absolutely correct. As I say that, I look down, literally this is the first time I've seen this card. We've got the Glancona, which a lot of you know is my narcissist card. It's my selfish taker energy. It's literally the mask of Erised. For any Harry Potter fans, it just projects back to you bullshit. It's the type of person that lies through their teeth. This is the card of the used car salesman, that will try to sell you a Toyota Corolla pretending that it's a Bentley with tinted windows. All right, so mate, Aqua, it's becoming quite clear now as I look at the other cards on the table. I'm just getting the phrase bullshit artist now. You're dealing with a person or a group who I do want to say have actively been, won the best actress or best actor awards here in the industry of the bullshit arts. Okay, and with the lizard though, this is where fate seems to be on your side. They are nevertheless not a natural, right? They're not actually, in spite of all their bullshit, they're not actually good at bullshitting, if that makes sense. They are a bullshitter, but they're not good at doing it. And so we're seeing here, I do think they're going to trip themselves up this week and basically confirm to you your hunch, Aqua. I think in a nutshell, this message for you today is that everything's going to become clear. The universe seems to be initiating some kind of energetic crunch moment, which is going to force everything energetically to a head. It's going to force your partner to glitch, maybe sooner. And it's going to force you to realize or see, have the clarity moment sooner. All right. You are graduating from this experience, Aquarius, this week. My readings are only a week long, so it'll be interesting to see where we are in the next 7 days. But you are graduating from this experience as the Dark Lady. So Aquarius, guys, don't get hung up on the gender. This is the High Priest or the High Priestess of the underworld. All right, basically the mistress or the master of all things as it relates to the shadowy domain. In other words, this is what I keep saying. You hold all the cards here, Aquarius. You are the master or the mistress of the underworld. You've got the hyena, deception, illusion, medicine working on your favor and on your behalf. In your favor and on your behalf. And I don't mean this this isn't dark, actually. This is extremely positive, because all of these cards in this specific reading, these are not dark cards for you, Aqua. They're powerful cards. They are medicine allies. The Dark Lady is your ally here. The moon with this hyena joker deception is working in your favor. It's here to support and help you, because basically I think you're in quite a tricky position with this frenemy. All right, tricky. I'll just describe it as tricky. If it's not dangerous, then it's at the very least tricky. So you are being gifted. This is what I'm saying. You're being gifted with a lot of dark / powerful energies, archetypal energies here, as a form of protection. So you've got permission, basically. You've got a permission to be able to utilize these energies. All right. It's not going over to the dark side or going into the shadow. No, this is. I think if this message is for you, you know exactly what I'm trying to say here. All right. We've got here Penelope Dreamweaver, and there's so many meanings to this card, Aqua, but I'm just being drawn to the phrase dream weaver, which is coming back to this web, this spinning web. All right, and again, this is all your energy, right, in the reading today. So literally, my friend, it's actually just a huge confidence boost here with all of your energy. It's so powerful. You, Aquarius, as the dream weaver, as the master dream weaver, I do want to say that you've got them in the palm of your hand. You've got it in the palm of your hand, the piece of truth or the lie, all right, or the intuitive insight, or you're certainly about to have catch. The whole time in this reading, it's been about you catching them out, or catching a piece of truth, or catching a lie, or and you're about to grab it, all right, over the week ahead. And I think it's just going to plop into your lap as well. There's not actually. This is what I mean about energetically, right? Energetically, the universe seems to be bringing all of this to a head, all of this to a crunch point moment, sort of on your behalf. All right. So in a nutshell, Aqua, you don't actually have any homework. I'm not going to give you any homework this week. You just need to keep doing what you're doing in the sense of, remain amicable, remain positive. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, would you like some coffee, honey? Grenade strapped to her thigh. Would you like some coffee? Protection, right? Protection, because what's gonna unfold for you, I think, is what's gonna rise up and essentially land in your lap, is basically an admission or a mistake, a glitch in the matrix, right? That they are gonna do, which will confirm your hunch. All right, my friend. I hope that helps. That honestly. That was so cryptic. That just felt like a game of Cluedo. Colonel Sanders in the billiard room with a drumstick. Like, really? Okay, so I just trust that landed for one of you. I am gonna continue this below. Okay, Aqua. The link is just downstairs. You always make me laugh. Stop it. Every reading, it's like a really serious situation. Aquarius is behind enemy lines, and we finish with a drumstick. Okay. So I do hope you have a beautiful week ahead, my friends. Happy Wednesday, Aqua. It's always a pleasure. It's always a pleasure, and I cannot wait to see you next week. Lots of love. Bye.